foreign artifacts have been recovered within Egypt over the years. Many ancient Egyptian tombs found intact, untouched for millennia, still containing the valuable items left for their kings with the intention of their beloved pharaohs' use in their passage to the afterlife. And with the mountains of gold and glistening jewels which have captured the attention and the hearts of those who have explored these ancient archives, a lot of the most astounding relics go largely unnoticed. The solar boat could be seen as a particularly good example of this mass overlooking of the most interesting of things. At the foot of the Great Pyramid, once beneath several multi-ton, precisely placed blocks of limestone, lay the Khufu ship, a full-sized ancient Egyptian vessel sealed into a pit over 4,000 years ago. Why is more not heard regarding this astonishing find? Strongly believed to have been built for Khufu, King Cheops, who was the second pharaoh of the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Egypt, the ship is now preserved in the Giza Solar Boat Museum, built at the site in 1985. It is completely dedicated to the preservation of the boat, possessing state-of-the-art preservation technologies. The Khufu ship is one of the oldest, largest, and best-preserved vessels from antiquity. It measures 44 meters long and 6 meters wide. It is also acknowledged as the world's oldest intact ship and has been described by all in the know as a masterpiece of woodcraft. It could sail today if put into water. However, what is clearly the most amazing fact regarding the solar ship is that the vessel was never intended to sail on water. The solar boat was built to sail through the air. It was built largely of Lebanon cedar planking in the shell-first construction technique using unpegged tenons of Christ's thorn. The ship was built with a flat bottom composed of several planks but no actual keel, with the planks and frames lashed together with alpha grass. The boat was found complete but in pieces across the layer's floor, laid in a logically disassembled order beneath the pyramid, subsequently reconstructed from the 1,224 pieces which were laid out in order over 45 years prior. It took several years for the boat to be painstakingly reassembled, primarily by the Egyptian Department of Antiquities chief restorer, Ahmed Yusuf Mustafa. Before reconstructing the boat, he had to gain enough experience on ancient Egyptian boat building. He studied the reliefs carved on walls and tombs and many of the little wooden models of ships and boats found in tombs. Ahmed also visited the Nile boatyards of Old Cairo and Mahdi and went to Alexandria where wooden riverboats were still being made. It is now believed to have been known as a solar barge, a ritual vessel to carry the king with the sun god Ra across the heavens. However, it bears some of the signs of having been used, a fact which has baffled many researchers due to the ship's only purpose being that of floating in the sky. It is possible that the ship was either a funerary barge used to carry the king's embalmed body from Memphis to Giza, or even that Khufu himself used it as a pilgrimage ship to visit holy places and that it was buried for him to use in the afterlife. Yet burning questions arise from such conclusions. Firstly, how would the ship fly? Secondly, if the ship was indeed intended to be used in King Khufu's afterlife, why was it resting in pieces beneath the pyramid, and why did it show wear from use within the king's life? Did this ship somehow once possess the power of flight? Over recent years, much has been uncovered regarding the ancient Egyptians and their advanced abilities. There's compelling evidence suggesting that these ancient people might have traversed large parts of the earth long before Columbus. The solar ship of Khufu, discovered at the Great Pyramid, might indeed be part of this puzzle. Kamal el-Malak, who somehow predicted the existence of the ship and is credited with its discovery in 1954, found an initial empty pit before uncovering the actual ship. His claim that something significant was stolen from the first cavern was dismissed by scholars until the second pit was found to indeed contain a ship, thereby vindicating his original belief. How did Kamal know? He later speculated that the missing item might have been essential to make the solar boat function. The solar boat, even with the first pit's contents lost, remains remarkable in its own right. While exploring, one might notice numerous ancient sites with remarkable construction, suggesting an advanced civilization that could have flourished worldwide, creating these structures with remarkable skill and precision. This theory, of a global, ancient, and sophisticated civilization, has led to revisiting sites with advanced stonework, like metal clamps made from complex alloys poured into intricate molds. Such methods appear globally, from Egypt to India, where similarly carved bedrock caves hint at technology beyond modern replication. Take, for instance, the rock-cut caves at Mamallapuram, India, which appear to share tools and methods with structures in China, such as the Longyu Caves and the Lingxin Quarry. These sites bear markings from a similar technology, a technology mysterious and sophisticated for the ancient world. Some researchers argue that our ancestors claimed these structures as their own or simply built upon the pre-existing foundations of these ancient, unknown creators. Who were these people, when did they live, and what happened to them? While skeptics argue that all these ancient sites were the product of intense labor, this explanation remains unproven. In all our centuries of study, no practical demonstration has shown how such precision could be achieved without modern machinery. Many extensive cave excavations worldwide, often attributed to an ancient era, lack any trace of waste, as if machinery turned stone to dust. While the technology behind these underground labyrinths eludes modern archaeology, this could bring us closer to understanding Earth's ancient history. One particularly intriguing site is the ancient fortress of Sacsayhuaman. Believed to have been constructed long ago, this fortress would have been formidable against invaders. Its mesmerizing, mortar-free stonework is especially impressive. Sacsayhuaman's massive stones, some 28 feet high and weighing over 120 tons, make it one of Peru's most extraordinary sites. Built on an artificially leveled plateau near Cusco, the fortress consists of 3 zigzagging outer walls stretching 1,500 feet in length and 54 feet in width, enclosing a mysterious circular structure. Evidence suggests that Sacsayhuaman, like other ancient Peruvian sites, was built in 2 phases. The first group of builders likely created most of ancient Peru's stonework, even using techniques found on the Great Pyramid casing stones. The second phase, while simpler, shows the influence of these original builders. This indicates that multiple ancient civilizations likely inhabited Peru, with a later group inspired by and building upon the initial structures. How old is Sacsayhuaman? Who built it, and why didn't they use the mysterious stone protuberances seen elsewhere in Peru? These questions add to its intrigue, making Sacsayhuaman a remarkable site that will likely endure for generations due to the exceptional craftsmanship of its builders. In Mexico, another site rich with mystery is Cuicuilco, just south of Mexico City. The round, 4-step pyramid here holds secrets akin to the Great Sphinx, potentially revealing new truths about its antiquity. Despite academic claims dating Cuicuilco to 300 BC, nature seems to suggest otherwise. Before formal excavations began in 1922, the pyramid was almost indistinguishable, covered by vegetation and partially engulfed by the Pedregal lava flow. As Brian Cummings delved deeper into Cuicuilco's ancient structure, his curiosity grew, especially after learning from geologist Georgie Hyde that the Pedregal lava flow overlying the pyramid dates back over 7,000 years. Cummings' team cut trenches down through the volcanic layer, revealing over 18 feet of sediment beneath, each layer containing relics from multiple civilizations. Among the layers were artifacts from 2 separate cultures, as well as evidence of past submersion under seawater, suggesting a connection to a great flood. The pyramid itself was initially built with uncut lava stones, which bore signs of erosion and decay. Above its foundation were traces of a primitive civilization that seemed to have moved in after an apparent catastrophe. Furthermore, ancient lava layers revealed even older dates, with sediments suggesting an age of over 10,000 years, predating ancient Egypt by millennia. Cummings, however, encountered skepticism when presenting these dates. While his research suggested a vastly older, advanced civilization, mainstream archaeology dismissed the evidence, reluctant to alter the accepted historical timeline. This hesitance points to the challenges in rethinking human history. Accepting such findings would mean acknowledging that an advanced civilization might have existed over 10,000 years ago, constructing remarkable structures. Yet, despite mainstream avoidance, the tantalizing possibility remains: could there indeed have been an ancient, advanced civilization lost to time?